Okay, here's part 2 of this video. I split it in half because sometimes it was having trouble loading if it was too long. So 7 through 12 is what we're going to do now, and we're going to finish the puzzle. So this side is really elimination. I put parentheses around the bottom one because we're going to multiply the bottom one to get some opposites. So we're going to multiply by 2, and we're going to distribute 2 to everything. So I'm going to write it above, so it's going to say 2x plus 4y equals 14. So now when I look at the top two equations, my x's cancel out. 4 and 3 makes 7y, and 14 is 28. If I divide by 7, y equals 4. Now, before you go any further with these, we have a lot of fractions on this side, so let's check to see if we can save time. So we have 2 4s, so we got to finish it. So if I take the bottom equation, I got to plug in 4 for y, so x plus 8, and then if I subtract the 8 to the other side, x is going to equal -1. So I'm looking for -1 and 4 right here, RW. Okay. Number 8, we're going to multiply the bottom one. We want opposites, so I'm going to multiply by -3. That's going to give me -6x minus 6y equals 3 times 15 is -45. Now, there's other things you could have multiplied by, so just because you didn't choose -3 doesn't mean you're wrong. The 6's cancel. When I add together the y's, I'm going to get -7. And -45, take away 4 more is -49. I divide by -7, and y equals +7. So if I look over here, I only have one answer with a +7, and it's right there, so it's HI. Okay, so I didn't need to find my x value. Next one. If you notice, I didn't circle anything because the y's are already opposites. We're going to cross those out, and then we're going to put together our x's. So this is going to give me 3x equals 1 minus 2 is -1. So when I divide by 3, see, I'm going to get a fraction. I'm going to get -1/3. But we don't have to plug that back in because when you go to your left-hand side here, there's only one where I see a -1/3. So that's my answer. So it's R and L. Okay. When I look at number 10, I need to multiply the bottom one by -5. So I'm going to do that here. I'm going to get -5x, positive 10y, because double negative, -5, -2. And then -5 times +2 is -10. So these x's are going to cancel. And then I'm going to be left with 7y, when I put these together, equals -11 minus 10 more is -21. So when I divide by 7, I'm going to get -3. So let's take a look and see if we have to finish this. Yes, we have 2 -3's. So we're going to plug in -3 for y. I'm going to use the bottom equation, and right here instead of y, I'm going to put a -3. So when I multiply these, I'm going to get +6. And when I take away 6, x equals -4. So I'm looking for -4, -3. So now let's take a look. There it is at the bottom. Okay. I know I'm going fast. I just want to make sure the video is short so you can always pause and rewind it. I'm going to multiply the top by 4, seeing as how I already have a positive and a negative y. So this is going to give me 4x minus 4y equals 12. Those are going to cancel. This is going to give me 10x equals 25. Divide by 10. x equals, so 25 divided by 10 is 2.5 or 5 over 2. So let's take a look at our answers. Okay, if you notice, we have 5 over 2, so we actually have to take that answer and finish the question. So let's go back up. So this is going to say 2.5 minus y equals 3. So we're going to subtract 2.5 to the other side. And we're going to get negative y equals a half. So divide by -1. Y is going to equal -1/2. Okay, so let's look at our answers. It's this one right here, P, E. So we did have to plug back in a fraction. Okay, last one. I'm going to multiply by 2. So I'm going to distribute this 2, and I'm going to put it in the middle. So it's going to say -2x, and it's going to say 4y equals -16. So not only are my x's going to cancel, but so are my 16s. So I'm going to end up with 3y equals 0, or divide by 3, I'm still going to get y equals 0. So when I look at my answers, I have only one with a 0, which is, okay, so if you take a look, that is the right-hand side of the worksheet.